Blog Talk Radio.
Boss Lady Publishing.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, hello everybody.
Yes, it is Explosive Thursday evening. A special show that we're having, yes.
Yeah, we only come out on Thursdays for special shows. This is definitely a special show.
Yes.
Got the legendary AZ Faison. I'm chilling. I'm feeling great.
Feeling great?
Like you said, it's the Explosive Thursday.
Yes, I'm excited. Hey, Miss Tony, how was your day? I know you had to travel and everything. How was your day?
You know, I was on my grind today as normal, but it just seems to be so intense these days. And I was just trying to get out of there a little early so I could get into the show, but that didn't work out.
Okay. Well, at least we got you.
Past the bosses.
I'm definitely glad you're here.
Yeah.
Okay, I see we got our other co-host in the house. What's up, Leisha?
Hey.
We're
what's
sitting
going
over
on,
there
y'all?
quiet and everything.
You know, y'all had some good snacks to hair and makeup. I had, see what was going on.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad we got everybody on deck because we got a special guest this evening.
Special.
Tonight. Yes, our subject is Hell Up in Harlem. He's definitely, someone that people need to take notice of, to hear his story, to see his journey, to see him go from a trial to a triumph. It's going to be an explosive show. I can't wait to have him on here. Aaron, talk to us a little bit about Mr. Faison.
Well, anybody that, that's like probably over the age of 25 or so, probably might, have heard of AZ. He was a former narcotics kingpin in Harlem, the era of Rich Porter, Alpo. He did his thing. He was a, I want to say really like a pioneer because it was kind of different in his time and his generation, the way they did it, as opposed to like the older generation, like the Bumpy Johnsons and all that. So he was like one of the pioneers.
Yeah,
he did his thing, and he's one of the stories that he got out the game, not totally unscathed, but he's here right now. Like he's going to be live on the line in a few minutes. So he's definitely a man that has endured, some things and seen the game from all angles. And he's here, he's live, and he's able to talk about it. And, he's a legend. I'll be listening to his interviews and everything. He really don't like, to be associated with those type of titles and everything, but, it's just honest. It's a harsh honesty. You know what I mean? But I'm sure he's gonna get on. When he get on, he gonna speak on it. And
right.
Like I said, he was the man. He was somebody. He was definitely a very big major part of the machine that was going on in Harlem back in the 80s, as far as people dealing narcotics and doing their thing or whatever. But he since that branch out, he was dealing with music. He started dealing with music and movies, different little things. So, like I said, he got away from that. He got away from that life.
Writing now.
He wrote a book. Yeah,
and
wrote a book.
Movies, and producing. So that's honorable within itself. But when you look at iconic figures such as himself, and then the books that we write, that is the perfect examples. You got the movie Paid in Full, and different movies like that. That's like legends in our communities. And those types of things are what authors are writing about now, what they're writing this street fiction. People like him really, live that life. Some things that go on in books is maybe imaginary and different things, but for people who really had to walk that road, it wasn't, imaginary to them. It wasn't, okay, once you close the book, it's over. It was their real lives. So, I can't wait to have him on here and let him be able to speak to us, some of those things. Yeah, that's going to be phenomenal. And other than that, we here in Capri, we got Aaron Bebo, we got the wonderful Miss Tony, and our precious Miss Alicia. And she's graduating this week, you guys. That's why she's been on and off the radio. She's trying to get ready for that feat that she's about to conquer. So congratulations, Miss Alicia. Thank you for taking a few minutes out of your time to come on the show with us and, host this guest. And I can't wait. I'm excited for when it all goes down.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's definitely in the queue. I mean, if you want to play the joint and then bring him in.
I say we do it. Go ahead, Aaron, drop that beat.
All right, go ahead.
August 20th, 1987. Based on the true story.
Flight
All right. That was fire right there.
We are back live. We
Yes,
got the
and
man on the line.
Yes, Mr. AZ Faison. How are you this evening?
I'm good. How y'all feeling? Peace, love, and light to everybody in the building and all listeners. What it do?
Yes. Thank you for coming
brother.
out.
No doubt. Yeah.
That's
I'm
what's up.
definitely here.
Good.
I'm working
and
with one side of my brain right now because I got a real bad headache on my left side, so I'm going to try to make everything come to the right. Let's do it, though.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to get that going. So go ahead, Aaron, get us popping. Let us, know what's going on with Mr. AZ. Let's get him moving in the clubhouse.
Yeah, like I say, he was very prominent, very key in the drug trade up in Harlem. I feel like he was like one of the pioneers for that era, and he went through some things, he seen some things, and he switched it around, but not without without adversity and overcoming things. Yes, exactly.
Definitely.
So, I mean, the man here himself, like, he could tell you better than me. Like, he was right there at the curb.
Yes.
For real.
So, Mr. AZ, give us a little history on yourself and bring us up to where we are now and, where we're at today.
I'm going to try to give you play-by-play from how it all got started, basically. Around the year 1984, working in the cleaners, Mr. Jimmy's Cleaners on 146 in St. Nicholas. And I lived on 146 in St. Nick. And, after seeing the movie Scarface, it seemed like I met this connect. And I didn't meet the man standing next to the man or the other man. I met that dude, you feel what I'm saying? And being young, and I wasn't in the game at all. My man Rich was already in the game. Him in L.A., in his little circle, they was already doing what they do, driving cars and all that already. And I was more, trying to take the righteous route, looking to be a fireman or policeman or baseball player, basketball player, or football player. But it seemed like when the movie Scarface came out, and due to the circumstances, I believe that a lot of people in the hood was under, poor welfare. That movie put like a different battery in you, like, hey, wow. And then meeting this cat, the shit that seemed like a, from a game perspective, not from a life perspective, from a game perspective, it was like a miracle. You feel what I'm saying? And and he put me in the game, and I was basically I went from making $75 a week in the cleaners to damn near making $10,000 a week overnight, man. You know what I mean? And I was making so much money. I was trying to keep my job in the cleaners at the same time, but the product and the customers was coming so quick that they was
Hello?
Yeah, we here.
Basically, Mr. Jimmy took a notice to that, and that made him start questioning and searching and wondering what I was doing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and wondering what I was doing. So eventually found some product that I had stashed in the store. And Mr. Jimmy, he knew the game, and he understood the situation where I was at, and he already knew how Rich and was my friends. And so one thing led to the next, because he didn't want his place getting busted from drugs, because on the low he was doing his number thing. You feel what I'm saying? So, and he didn't want that to clash. So eventually he let me go. And but after he let me go, man, it was like, okay. And about a month after that, I'm pulling up the Benzes and got it, man. So
wow,
I'm in the game now, deep. And
it had moved to that next level. You know, it always starts off small, and then it gets to that next level, and with that next level comes a lot of next level problems. You know,
everything was beautiful at the beginning, though, because you know we young. He was 14, 15, 16. We getting all this money. You know, buying cars, doing the right thing with the money, looking out for the community, helping the old people pay their rent, buying parties. You know, doing all types of things, man, with the money. But when you're doing all this, throwing money up in the street, buying girls' cars, you know, say you said the furs, diamonds, you know what the 80s was. Everybody knew what it was. And once you're doing all this, there's always someone in that audience saying, "Damn, man, I wonder how much that nigga got." You feel me? And those are the thoughts. Those are the creep thoughts that leads to the tragedies and the sucker shit all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but it hurts more when it comes from within your house. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because the catch that you already got under the radar, that nigga right there, I know that nigga don't like us. That nigga over there, we already got them pinpointed. But it's always a nigga that's right next to you, pointing them out just as well, that's out to get you. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
If you understand our story, if you think about it, nothing happened to us from nobody from the outside. Everything was damn near like an inside job. You feel me?
Yeah, that's true.
My sister's boyfriend set me up. What happened to me up in the Bronx when I got shot up. You know, and Alpo did that to Rich. His uncle did it to the little boy, the little brother. So that's some crazy shit. So when people be thinking like, you telling on the game, you talking too much. Nigga, I'm not talking too much. I'm talking to the youth that need not to play the game. And I'm talking about what happened to us, our circle. I'm not talking about nobody else. I can't speak on what I don't know. You feel me? I'm only talking about my circumstances and my man's circumstances. And just put it out there and hope someone could take a lesson from what we've done and not do it. For example, when I wrote the movie Trap, which was what you had paid in full, the reason why I wrote it to say, shorty, hit brakes, this ain't the way to go. You know, everybody in love with the game, everybody in love with that lifestyle, they're going to take it the way they want to take it. You feel me?
Right.
You know, but they're not looking at the tragedy of it because they still talk about AZ, they still talk about Alpo, they talk about Rich. But the funny thing about it is nobody speaks on the one that was crucified from the lifestyle we chose to play, and that's Donnell, man. You know what I mean? This little brother, man.
Right.
That's how deep it is. And a lot of these cats, you know, they wouldn't even been Donnell age today, but they want to be Rich, they want to be AZ, they want to be Alpo, and they wouldn't. Donnell may have been like 37 if you'd have been living in this moment. So to me, it's definitely an education in this, and it's a truth in it that could destroy all these lies if they just take heed and tell the truth, because it's really not about the money no more, man, because we should come to realize, you know, in that game, there's always someone in a race to be the boss in the land of the lost. You know, someone's always dying to sit in that electric chair. If you understand, I was sitting in that chair before. I understand what it's meant to be, you know, the one that's controlling the whole shit. You know? And someone's looking to dethrone you all the time when you get in that seat. You know what I mean? So one come next one jumping. I'm that nigga You feel me? So it's like, why are you racing in that direction, my bro? You feel me? It's crazy, man.
Yeah,
that's why I put out the book, Game Over. You know what I mean? Put out the documentary, Game Over. You understand?
Yeah.
You know, but because in the game, you might be thinking you lucky, ace. I got the best connect in the world, best product. Nobody can compete. We up there by 30-30. We hustling in that vicinity, the 30-30. So police is taking paper. You feel me? You got a lawyer that's cool with judges, and judges that's cool with DAs. When they taking paper. You feel me? Because you feel like, damn, nobody can stop me. I can do this shit forever. Mm-hmm. Until that one night comes, wow, you get shot in the head, and then you go meet God, and you're like, oh, and he tell you this is my placement. You think you're the man. No, I'm the man. Now you go back down there and tell everybody to cut the shit. Some listen, some didn't. Oh, tragedies get worse after that. You feel me? I'm making my exit because I believe, because I experienced, I know who God is for real. And mystery God, not no business God. This is God for real. That I met. You understand? So I never had no knowledge on writing no movie, writing no book, none of these things. I dropped out of school in the 9th grade. God renewed my mind, and he had me come back to, to try to lead the people that was following us in the opposite direction. You know what I mean? But there's powers that be out there that want us to continue to kill each other and do all that foolishness. So my life is in jeopardy again, trying to do the right thing instead of the wrong thing. That's how crazy this shit is, man.
You said a mouthful. That is definitely the truth. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, he was saying something else.
Okay, I'm listening. I'm waiting.
Let me ask you a question, brother, because I listen to your interviews. I listen to the Outpost story. I listen to all the dialogue, everything. Let me ask, how did your character remain so humble in the midst of all what seemed like grace was around you? Because you was a humble, and I'm not, like, your impression to me from you speaking about yourself, then even hearing other people speak about you, you know what I mean? Like, your impression to me immediately was like you was humble. Like, even when you was like, I would just throw $1,000 up in the air and just be like, yo, I'm out, and just leave the money. Everybody ate when they was with me. Like, it was like you wasn't doing it to show off. It wasn't like, yo, ain't nobody eating here. It was like you really was. How did you avoid ego in the midst of all that?
Myself, personally speaking, I never wanted to be on stage. You feel me? But how could I put it? I think I learned a lot from working in the cleaners, because the old timers, all the old number bankers, the number writers used to come in here on Saturday morning, and I used to love to hear them talk about, the game in the streets. They used to talk about the Nicky Barnes and the Frank Lucases, and, These was old number writers, and they was in their 50s and 60s and shit. So I listened to them, and I learned, and I see who was like, I like that cat right there. The old man, they left. They kept a new car. You know what I mean? But his name wasn't on the radar like that, and he had a lot of money, man. You know what I mean? I dug his style. I like that number writer style more so than that drug dealer style, if you can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I got you.
You feel me? So
definitely got
always being low laid back, and the number writer, all the old ladies come to him, just, look out for me, and be humble that way. And I believe that the cops respect you more that way, because they'll even come to you and be like, yo, look, y'all making a lot of noise out here. Back then, keep things quiet, easy, blah, 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 blah. And you tell your crew, like, humble, man, relax. And they respect that. So to be rah-rah, it's like, what sense does it make at the end of the day? Those types of dudes bring drama on the radar. You try to stay off the radar as much as possible. You
right.
know what I mean? I was just saying, dude, I might have, blend in with the hedge.
Right. So you don't want to be a big red rose just sticking out, right?
Definitely. Sit on the stoop and relax and chill with them. And I could be on the stoop of maybe $30,000, $40,000 in my pocket. But around the corner in the cut, I got a spaceship that might cost $50,000, $60,000. But that ain't nobody's business. I'm not on Broadway with it. I'm not, look at me, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that was more smoother because you know who you are. I ain't trying to be something other than who I am. You feel me? And the connect is going to respect you more like that. The connect will do business with you more so than one that's going to bring him to me. You understand?
Right.
Back in those days, there was so many connects. You know, it was like seemed like it was allowed to sell drugs in the 80s. Like it was, you know, was scared. Come on, you know, everybody for real. So, and connects used to give me, you know, like 125 grams of coke and shit for a sample. You know what I mean? Like sample that and you know, boom, I sample it, take that money and go buy some rims on one of the cars I got coming and move a few joints from them. But that's how quick I was moving that shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The best price, the cheapest price, and was just doing it. You know what I mean? Paid in Full was a good movie, but that movie don't even really show the level of how we was really, really, really doing that shit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. What happened to the original script to Trap?
I still have it. Man. I got it. You know, I got it. It's a very powerful script, but you know, understanding the movie industry now and not trying to talk on no one and respecting, you know, what they could do and what they can do. You understand? You know, Trap, it still came out to be one of the best hood movies ever done. Why? Because it's real. You know, you can walk outside your door every day and see an Ace, an Alpha, or Richard Porter. So you can relate to that. You understand? A lot of people, you know, maybe was a drug dealer. What person that we know that from the hood family wasn't on crack, selling crack, or his sister or wasn't dealing with a drug dealer? So that was our life. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's why you can relate to that movie. You know what I mean? Because I wrote it so deep that even if you did try to make it a little fiction, whatever that word is I'm trying to say, it's still going to be real. It's still going to be real. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yep, and that's what they need. That story is going to be good. Go ahead, Alicia.
Oh, I have a question. Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, sis? How you?
I'm good. Now, you always said you like to stay behind the scenes, and I started reading the book, and in the book you talked about how you never pushed the coke on the street. You always tried to sell it wholesale, which kept you behind the scenes. Is that one of the reasons why you kind of never really got in a lot of trouble and you were able to lay low?
I'm going to put it like this. It was moving so quick, true story says, that I maybe was at the tables all day that I didn't even have a chance to be out on the streets. You feel me? We at the table bottled up 8 and 9 keys all day. And that wasn't enough in those days. When I got shot, this is a true story, I didn't realize how much time that I was wasting in that game like that. Like every moment, every second of my life was the game. And at the table, when I got shot, I had a hole in my thumb finger from my finger to my nail from bottling up, man. Bottled up. It seemed like after I came out the hospital, everything was healed. It was like if God gave me a whole new body and shit. And a whole new mindset where I was like, oh, shit, man. Everybody's fucking crazy. Everybody's selling drugs and everybody want to use drugs. And it just made me see, I got to, write about this shit. And the first thing I started doing was writing music. I wrote the song Mob Style. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to jump in the rap game, not to be a rapper, but to talk to the streets. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's when I wrote the song Mob Style. If you listen to the first song I wrote, at the end of the song, I'm telling you my story, but I'm telling you to leave it alone, give it up, it ain't no use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
definitely.
The streets dug it. And if you listen to the Mob Style, there's so much truth in Mob Style. There's so many messages in Mob Style that you could see that I was always trying to enlighten and keep people on point.
Yes. Well, let me ask you this, AZ, this Nene. Coming from the time you came up and, you talked about it being honor and code and rules to this thing, and now you see this generation, they are totally reckless, no code, no honor, no respect, for children and old people, mothers. It was a certain way things were ran back in the day. Like, the way this generation is, what do you see coming that would help, evolve them?
I've got a plan that I want to reveal in the documentary that we're working on, the Rich Porter, Dr. Killing Cold World Resurrection documentary. But I'm going to share it with y'all. But at the end of the day, everybody knows. Everybody likes nice things. You understand? This music that they putting out now, that they're promoting, cars, money, sex. You know what I mean? You don't want to feel like a sucker. You feel me? That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? But all the things that they in love with, they sell. It's like this generation, and they this generation that's at hand. It's like you got to look at it as our report card for what we done.
Yeah.
Now all the time.
Yes.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So
yes. Yeah. All the time.
Yeah.
If they're going wrong, that means we fail. We fail. And I'm trying my best to go back to school with this documentary and try to pass my test in this documentary to try to steer them to a different thought, because I believe you must change the thought of the people first before they can change the actions. You understand? Because a lot of these kids today, they think wrong is right and right is wrong. They don't even have a clue what's right no more. They think right is wrong and wrong is right.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, me and my man was talking about this the other day, how he was saying how this woman was walking down the street, older woman, and she fell. She fell. Some kids immediately took out their cell phone and started filming it so they could put it on Instagram laughing instead of running over there and saying, "Ma, you all right?" and helping her up. This is the mindset they on.
That's bad. That's sad, Joe. That's the generation that's before us.
You know what I mean? And then you hear that they're on this drug called Molly, which is, I heard, is like a stronger thing of ecstasy. And it's just, it's sad. It's like, damn, man, we're supposed to get better in time. Things are getting worse, man. Worse. And all this gang violence, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I can't see why they being killed like this or why they doing what they doing, because there ain't no money in the streets like it was back then. So they're just doing it. They're doing it just to say, I'm that nigga, I'm that bitch. There's no reason for it. Like, you feel me? at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Then they get a lot of time. They go to jail for foolishness. And they have to realize it's like a setup because jail is big business today. You feel me? For each person that go to jail, if you get 15 years, you just gave whoever owned that prison $60,000 a year for each year that you're in prison. You know, so this is how deep it is. You have to look at that, man. You got to really think about this is a trap. This is a trap, and you got to be wiser than that.
Right.
You got to be wiser than that. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's all about money. Everybody wants some money. All right, cool. There's nothing wrong with money. So let us not, you know, what happened to us, we fell in love. We fell in love. We say it again, we fell in love with the creations and out of love with the Creator. So somebody got to put the divine law back in perspective.
Yeah.
You feel me? And say, fuck the street law, because the street law has led us to nothing but death and destruction.
Right.
Because we want a new pair of Jordans. You see how when the Jordans come out, they run into the store like cattle. So it's crazy.
Yes. Waiting outside all hours of the day and night.
Then it's so deep that I tried to go buy a regular pair of sneakers the other day, and I can't buy a pair of sneakers because they said the people coming in when they first come out and buy all the sneakers up and then put it online and sell it for way, way more than what they sell it for. This is a hustle just as well because they know the kids are feeding for sneakers.
That's sad. You can get all those people to come out for sneakers, but you can't get them to come out to parent-teacher conferences, assisted basketball games and things in the community so that the children, have chaperones and do different things and go different places, but they'll stand online at 5 o'clock in the morning for some shoes.
Right. Come out in the classroom.
That's another thing that's missing before this generation. Like back when A was doing his thing and when I was coming up, like people that was hustling, they was taking care of the kids in the neighborhood. Like the kids had sports events. Like people was really supporting the neighborhood, buying whole teams, football, the whole school, everything. All that's gone now, man. It's just
when we was hustling and the hustlers before us, we did it so that they didn't have to do it. We made sure go to school, man. You know what I mean? Blah, 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 blah. Today, it's like, man, people don't even care. You know what I mean?
No, they don't.
People don't care, man. It's weird how when I grew up in my building, I knew the lady next door. I knew Tina. I knew Miss Rose down the hall. I knew the people on the second floor. I knew them. They knew me. Knew my parents. Hi. Today, people don't even know the people right across the hall from them.
Yes.
For real.
That's right.
For real.
Everybody's mad. Everybody's mad at each other and shit.
For nothing.
It's no love, like. No love, man.
Yes.
No love. They'll get. You could be in the house with your children today and you try to tell them the right thing and they be on the phone texting their partners, stupid motherfuckers, bitch, or whatever. Keep talking. I want to hear this shit.
Real.
I want to go get my drink on. Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So I look at it as something is happening in the DNA. Like, are these children our children, or do they come and kill us?
Who are these people? So now, when you get into this documentary, you're going to be able to bring like some healing. Like, what's your main focus and what you're trying to do, for the children, for the youth in the documentary that you have coming up?
I'm trying to resurrect them, man, put their mind back on the right course with proof and truth of what's being done to them. You feel me? Like, this is what's happening to you. Now, if you want to continue to be an idiot I'm done. I don't want to talk about this story no more. I don't want to speak on this story no more after this documentary is done. You know what I mean? But my plan is to try to prove to them how much we need each other and how global warming is the call of God trying to bring us back to a higher consciousness. In other words, we are the children of the sun. And this is facts, whether you like it or not, this is fact. And global warming is connected to this, but then there's a people that do not want us to become one in that order. You feel me? Because once you know who you are, you automatically know who they are.
All day. Yes, sir.
And not trying to fight or send no one out to fight. I just want to tell any man, woman, and child, look, it's time for everybody to repent and let's save Earth, man. Because this shit is crazy. If you look at the news, man, the news is like a horror movie, man. Look what just happened in Brooklyn the other day. Man, get on the elevator and stab 2 kids and kill them, man.
For no good reason at all.
No reason at all.
How could you be a news reporter? How could you continue to be a news reporter? I would cry if I'm up there. Like, I can't take no more. Every story after story, and they just up there calm, like, like this is normal life.
Yeah, no emotion.
Nah, man,
no emotion.
This is deep, man.
Yeah,
so
it is.
What I'm learning, that money is currency. That's what they call it. And currency is an energy. So what I'm learning now, there's no energy, there's no life in people no more. Because their energy is being sucked out of them, man. So if your energy is being sucked out of you, how is it being sucked out of you? Through technology. Because you're constantly on these social websites, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, you know, all these social networks. You're on it all day, from morning until the time you close your eyes to go to bed. And someone's making millions off of you, and you're on there for free, so you think, but they're taking all your energy. And they're making currency off of it. So my plan is to say, okay, here's my plan. We have to be an owner of one of those social websites. You understand? And I have it already blueprinted. I already got it copywritten, my plan, so I could discuss it. The name of it is called Onium. Spelled O-N-E-I-A-M. Onium. One in a million or one I-M. However you want to say it. It is.
Okay.
I believe that God gave me this idea in my deepest thoughts one day, asking God to show me a way. And I think he showed me this to be an ark, build this ark heading into the new world, because the new world is becoming the social media technology. Money is about to be out the way. You feel me?
Yeah.
But this is how we do it, and it's a 6-step process. It is very easy. It is very beautiful, because these smartphones and these computers put the world at the palm of our hands. You understand? And understanding the game and understanding, okay, how many people you looking to buy drugs to move 4 or 5 keys. It's the same thing, but you don't have to think in that dark head no more. Now think in the light, because this technology and these smartphones, it can bring the world at the palm of our hand, at the blink of an eye, and we can make a lot of money with unity as we all being one in the like-minded people are saying. This is not something that we want to do, but this is something that we need to do. so that we can do what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if I say to you, all right, I want you to put up $1, but I need you to bring in 10 people to do the same thing. So one person, your one person do the same thing. Your one person becomes 10 people. 10 people becomes 100 people. 100 become 1,000. 1,000 become 10,000. 10,000 become 100,000. 100,000 become 1 million people. Not just 1 million people. Now we got $1 million as one go for Onium to be done. We're going to make sure we're going to pay for it, cross our T's and dot our I's. Now we got our social website up and running. Make sure the government get what they're supposed to get. Everybody's on the website. We all agree to do for each other as one on this website. We got 1 million people on deck. Now, say, for instance, I'm behind in my bills. They're about to put me out my house. I'm behind in my mortgage. I owe $9,000. I put it on the website. Ain't no shame in our game. Fuck it. This is what it is. We family. We united as one in this truth. Help me, family. I need help. If everybody send me 1 penny, I got $10,000.
For real. Stop playing.
Now, say, for instance, I want to open up a movie theater. I did my homework. I did my research. I put the blueprints up on the website. I want to have a movie theater, family. Oh, it's going to cost me $500,000. But Onium say, okay, no problem. We'll give you the money, but we want to own 20% of it. So Onium, which is all of us, want to own 20% of it. They say, no problem. Everybody send him 50 cents tomorrow. He got a half. What did it cost us? 50 cents. Does that hurt anybody? No, because we're 1 in a million. And that is unity. So when you look at unity and you look at the word Jesus, to me, it's the same thing. Jesus spells just, J-E-S, us, just us. We are all the children of God. Once we are one in the like, in the same mind, and in the same direction.
You're right.
For real.
Yeah.
And all these other stories is making money off of the child, off of the crucifix of Christ, which is us, man, the children of God, man.
Yes. That's right. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
We with you. We there. We with you. Go ahead, Aaron. What you getting ready to say?
No. I wasn't about to say that.
Now, since all these dudes on YouTube, everybody got their music on YouTube, trying to sell their music. You know, they spend a lot of money promoting themselves, but nobody's buying it. But if, say, for instance, one person that's joined, he put his song up on the webpage. Everybody agreed to buy his song. We ain't got to buy it for $1. No, we ain't going to do that. We don't have to. We'll just buy it for 10 cents. He wakes up in the morning to $100,000, man. Huh? Can you feel that?
Yeah.
That's simple. Yeah. It's just like you said.
I always look at my mind like, damn, look at these big buildings they building, man. Skyscrapers and shit. How the fuck they get all that money to buy these buildings? This cost about $800,000 to $900,000. So they get the money to do that. They doing something like we talking about. If 100 people put up a million people put up $100, they got 100 million.
But they do that in other countries. We just don't do it here. Like in Japan.
We have to come together and realize we need each other. Until then, we might as well just go and lay down in the nearest cemetery and cut the shit.
For real.
Just go ahead, more. Yeah.
Cut the shit.
For real.
This will stop a lot of things. It would stop the gang violence. It would just stop it. It would just stop. Like, come on, you're part of something now. You're part of Onium. We coming back to life, and we putting knowledge. We ain't putting no darkness. We're not promoting nothing demonic or evil on the website. It's just clean and clear, pure love and light. We repenting. We coming into a new mind. We don't have a lot to learn. We have a lot to unlearn. Get rid of those old ways. We just don't need a rehab for people that use drugs, but we need a rehab for people that sell drugs, man, because it's deep, man.
Yeah.
Deep. Enough is enough. Like, for real. enough is enough. The fuck you want to think you want to sell drugs and listen to this type of music all our lives? Drugs, shoot, kill, you. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean? And I'm not even just looking at the rappers, because I understand, fuck them, I'm getting money. Fuck you, nigga, it's our turn now. I hear you. But the radio station should recognize now, I'm not playing this shit no more.
Right.
Because if y'all controlling the airwaves, if you're controlling the airwaves, that means y'all controlling the air. So we all sucking down this pollution that's killing us. Everybody looks dead. And in that world, everybody got to put on makeup and act like they pretty and cute. But if it was real, you don't have to do that shit, man. Because naturally it would be.
Right. Right.
Yeah. For real. And also the thing that you discussed, that would stop the plan on the elimination of the black man, like, honestly, like,
yes, sir.
Realist, because people would have to rethink. The plan that's already in place would have to be rethought.
But it's not just from, we want all nationalities to recognize, like, look, this is the new world. Because with a world without money, all is free.
Mm-hmm.
So if you make money your footstool, now we can use our brain to think of better things, more creative, in the light, instead of trying to promote this darkness, to try to say, I'm tough too, I can do it too. You know what I mean? That's going to lead to a fight. That's going to lead to death. This way, greater thoughts, the information be coming in from the light. We become one back in divine order. We can start eating right as we think right. Come on.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yeah, put change, like you said, we talked about that DNA, you know, change the very core of thinking and acting, and in the next generations of reproduce stronger, you know, instead of it going in its opposite, you know, and making each generation weaker. Yeah, you definitely need that.
Because it's about the mind. It's definitely about the mind. The action comes second. The thought comes first. So as you think, you become. So if the thoughts become better, everything will get better. There's a lot of people on the internet now that's trying their best to help and share truth. You know, I'll be trying to on my page, I always try to promote these type of people that got great minds. You know what I mean? Like the Dolores Cannons of the world, the Bruce Lipkins, the Dr. Wayne Dyers, my man Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters, Diving Deep. These people are trying their best to bring forth light and light. You know what I mean? To this generation, man. You know, but stop looking at the bad guy. You feel me? Because good is much better than bad. You feel me? I try to tell people this. Draw a line in your mind. Look, draw a line in your mind. Now, you put the sun on one side, you put the moon on the opposite side. Hot, cold. On, off. Yes, no. Good, evil. Light, darkness. God, devil. Gold, silver. One side is heaven, the other side is hell. Come into the light and don't even give that second thought no mind, because the second thought is always trying to bring you up out of the right thought.
Yes.
See, the right thought only speaks once because it means what it says. It's God. Don't go. But the second thought be like, yo, come on, man, you can put on this, you can do that, you can get this car, you can go fuck, and then you go and then something happens. But you say, damn, something told me not to go. So if you follow that first thought, now you're on the path of righteousness. Don't let that second thought interfere. Now, this is your own way of living. You feel me? Now you can see how other people are outside. They're living on the outside instead of living inside out. They're just out in the cold, just mind going where the wind blows. And those are the ones that's out to use to get you because they already gotten. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
True.
Definitely. Yep. That's what it is. And you got a caller on the line. If you felt like taking a caller, Aaron, you have a hand up. This person been holding on for a nice period of time. We're going to get them on here and see if they have any questions for AZ. You got it, Aaron?
Yeah, 919. You are live with the Right and Royalty Crew and AZ Faison. What's going on?
You see what I'm saying?
919?
It might be another day on hold.
919.
And put them back in the hold.
Cut them out. All right, 937. Good evening. You are live with the Right and Royalty Crew and AZ Faison.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey. Good afternoon. Yeah. No, good evening. I'm sorry, it's after 6.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, it's Stacey Johnson Leonard.
Hi, Stacey.
Hey,
How are you?
Stacey.
Hey,
I missed y'all.
Where you been?
A lot been going on. A lot of meetings, church, guys before everybody. So anyway, back to what I was gonna ask. Is there gonna be a pay in full too?
I had a sit down about a month ago with Dame Dash. We talking about doing something, but it wouldn't be called paid in full too. We thinking about doing the Rich Porter story. I already wrote the script. It's Rich Porter's The Secret World. That's the title of it.
Mm-hmm.
He read the script, and basically he's out somewhere in thought right now, trying to see is the best way to take it. You know what I mean? Because we might go TV, and I had to sit down with Puffy people, and they were thinking about. I think he got that Invoke TV thing, and they want to go. They want to do something like The Wire with that story as well.
Oh man, that's powerful.
Like a series.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be nice.
So I feel like all of us come together and we could do the movie, and we could do the TV series. But let's put the facts in there and let's try to educate them with it and try to, it's time for healing, man. It's time for healing.
Well, sir, with all the wisdom and knowledge you handing out, I would consider you a philosopher, because it seems like you analyze life, you really do, and that's a good thing.
And God sat me down, man. God sat me down in 93 to about 95 and just had me shut the fuck up and just listen to him. And he's taught me a lot of things that it'll blow the average person's mind, the stuff that I know. And some of the stuff is so powerful that it could cost me my life, but
right.
I don't care. I do not care to bring someone back to life. You can't be afraid, because if you live in fear, whatever fear invents, it makes no sense. You know what I mean?
Fear cancels out faith, and faith is what God wants us to have.
Yes.
I got you. I'm there with you, sir.
Indeed, sis. Wonderful.
I thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Thank you for
calling. I try my best.
Oh, always. I love y'all.
Thank you so much for supporting the show and coming out and meeting our guests. We appreciate it. And you hit us anytime, Stacey.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all have a blessed, positive, and productive rest of the evening.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling, Stacey.
Thank you.
Now I have a question, A. In the book, you talk about the time that you left your house in New Jersey, and you left, what was it, $110,000 on the bed, and you left a loaded gun on the couch. Mm-hmm. And when you came back, you left and the stereo was on, and you came back and the stereo was off. Can you kind of talk to us about that situation and kind of how you felt and what you went through and what you learned from it?
Oh, yeah, that's when I had the apartment out in Guttenberg, New Jersey. It's a complex called the Galaxy, and at that time, Ricky Henderson, the Yankee, used to live Like on the 15th floor, I lived on the 18th floor. So that's the type of building it was. A lot of celebrities and stuff that lived in there. I was only like 18 at the time, and I had my own spot in there. And one morning, I just went downstairs because I had left something in my car, and I had left my stereo on real loud. But when I went downstairs to the car, I had got I think someone paged me, and I had to go meet somebody to take care of something. So I jumped in my car, and I went to the city. And I wound up staying there to about, staying there more longer than I needed to. But in my mind, I was like, damn, I got to get back because I left my stereo on. And I don't want that. But I had left a gun on the table and about 120, 130, whatever, a lot of money on the couch. So when I went back, upstairs to the crib, the stereo was off. And I was like, man, somebody's been in there. So I went downstairs to see the doorman. He said, yeah, it was a note that they had to go inside your apartment and cut off the stereo because the people was complaining. But my mindset was like, oh, shit, they was in here. They seen his money. They seen his gun. They be looking at me like, who are your parents? Where the fuck you get all these cars from? And I didn't want no investigation to start, so I immediately contact my real estate people and be like, listen, I got to sell that. Y'all got to sell that pad. I ain't coming back over there. I'm getting up out of here. That's how I always thought. I didn't go with the second thought. I always went with my first thought. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, because I know where I was at, it was definitely raised some eyebrows to like, who the fuck is this kid out here with this, that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Wow. That's powerful. Go
let's
ahead,
try 911. I was going to see if we can get 919 back in.
Okay.
919?
Hey, what's going on?
Hi, how you doing?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, hi, host. I would just want to recognize the host and telling them what a fantastic job they're doing and what an even more fantastic job of getting Mr. AZ on this line because, I've been sitting here first call and just soaking up all this. How you doing, sir?
I'm great, my brother. How you, man? God bless.
God bless you, too. I just want to give you a little rundown of who I am. I'm a Harlem native. My block consists of 142nd and Lenox and 7th, 117th and Manhattan Avenue, 122nd and Lenox Avenue, and up the blocks on 117th and 118th Street, 8th Avenue, 2nd State, 79 to 1982. You know what I mean? My man is Lil Vito, Big Vito. Know about John L. 16th Street, the Sweepers, Tucci. My cousin is Gentry. I know about L.A. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to plan to be somebody I'm not. I was a low-level little dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm 49 years old. But, I know the game, man. And I know who you are. And I'm just sitting here absorbing everything that you were saying, and you make me feel like I'm not that crazy because, when we went through that era, we suffered a lot of true physical, emotional damage, you know what I'm saying, by believing that Harlem shit, and we had codes. We was different from anybody on the planet. We just had our own shit. I met you 2 times. I mean, I saw you doing the street days. You know what I'm saying? You was fucking untouchable. And I ain't trying to ride nobody's dick. Trust me, my brother. But you know what I'm saying? I just know the story. I met you at Black Star when you did a book signing for your book. I met you at the Harlem Book Fair. You know what I'm saying? You probably never, me. I just gave you a shake and dap, and we was it. I'm an author, too. My first book is called Harlem Girl Ross. And I'm one of the only... Yeah. I'm one
I
of the
know that
few
was Fred?
Yeah.
Hey, Blue.
Oh, how you doing? Yeah, I forgot to say my name. My name is Treasure Blue.
Treasure!
Yo, y'all over there.
Quiet. I'm like, who is this?
Oh, I'm just like this shit. I'm sorry, I forgot to say my name. But I'm one of the few and only authors out there that's holding our era, brother, our lifestyle to this very day. You know, I was signed to 2 major publishing companies, Random House, Cash Money Contest, Simon & Schuster, and I only write and represent that life so we would never forget where we come from. And I just want to say, it's a pleasure just to be, you know, be in your essence and your presence and just say what's up, my brother. And I know all about mob style. You know what I'm saying? My favorite song is Big Nigga. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Black? You know what I'm saying? Pretty Toe Capone.
Yes, sir.
From that. I live that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everything that you're saying is true to life, a level that these listeners would never comprehend, man. And people call me a lot of names in this business, and you made me realize why I hold on to my values. You know what I'm saying? I watch interviews, movies, documentaries, and everything, just like Bebo said. And it's the reason why we're molded like that. It ain't about that money no more. It's about message, yo.
Yes, sir, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's just a pleasure for me talking to you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I know about your spots. I was a participant. I counted your spots. I'm sorry. I'm not blowing shit up, but you know. But I know about the 8th Avenue. What was it, 134, 134? I was in that building. Yes, sir. Wow.
And I also was raised in 134 between Lenox and 7th. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I, you know, seen Mitch and Passion, I know who he was. I was Harlem, dude. You know what I'm saying? I just made that shit out, but I didn't totally make it out with my mental in order. You know what I'm saying? It's still always going to live with me, so I know exactly where you coming from, Black.
Respect, my brother. Respect, man. That's real talk.
Wow.
Yes,
wow.
I'm glad you called in, Trash. From
yes, sir.
Another Harlem native. I knew who you was when you called in. I guess everybody, but you ain't say nothing. You know, jump right in. You was in the Harlem. It was Harlem night. You was gone.
Yes, sir. I missed that. Yo, brother, you know what I'm saying? I wish I can get a book to you, but if you ever get a chance, look me up, man, and check out one of my books. You know what I'm saying? You might know him, Chubby. Chubby from 118th Street with Von Zip and them.
I know Chubby. That's my man. We used to play ball together, man. We used to do it for 5,000 in jump shot. I know him.
Yeah. He in the book. You know Face?
I know Face.
Yeah, that's my man. He in the book, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just say all that to say that, you know, I kept it true. The very way when I heard you have that interview when you was talking about Day and Dash and all you asked was them to keep it real. I didn't compromise in my story, bro. I'm cut from the same cloth as you, and I kept it real. I took that shit back as far as you want to take it, and I would think you would be proud of one of your Harlem brothers, man.
For sure, my brother. I'm gonna check him out, man. I heard about the book, though. I heard about that book you just quoted. I heard about that book.
That's you just made my year, brother. You just made my year, and that means more to me than any of them awards I ever received for it. But you know, I'm gonna bow out gracefully because I know it's a whole lot of people want to have the pleasure of being in your essence.
Wow.
That's
all right, it was good hollering at you, man. Stay up,
Treasure.
Peace.
Thank you for calling in, Blue.
Peace.
No,
wow.
Thanks for having them.
One love.
We got another caller, the 201-816. Good evening. You are live with the Right and Royalty crew and AZ Faison. Who are we speaking with?
They might not realize they are on hold.
201-816. All right.
They drive.
Okay. Well, back to live action. AZ, let me ask you. Oh, okay, go ahead, Lisa.
AZ,
that wasn't
Tony.
me. That was
Tony.
Hello?
It's Tony. Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I live here in the New York area, and recently it was in the paper about the over 100 gang members that were arrested from 3 different gangs. I believe it was in Queens. I could be mistaken. Really young kids, over 100, just arrested for the violence that they just perpetrated upon the residents. What is your take on that? How do you feel about that?
I've seen that in the paper today myself, just as well.
Mhm.
And hold on 1 second, please.
Mhm.
Close the door behind you. Yeah, I've seen that in the paper today, just as well. And my take on it is this: about 3 or 4 years ago, I was listening to the minister, Louis Farrakhan, speak. And he was speaking to Newark, the kids in Newark, about the gang violences and all that stuff. And what he said was, you following the gang leaders, and the government has put these people in these communities to lead you into an ambush. And they're taking orders from the big homies or whatever they're doing. But for what, though, man? Because how is it that they can pick up so many people and know exactly what they've done?
Somebody told it.
Someone is orchestrating it.
Mhm.
This ain't just going on, you know. It happens in Newark. This is how they trying to clean up the streets. They got you labeled as a crack baby. They got you labeled in that mindset. So this is their way of cleaning up the streets, and you got to be wise enough to recognize that shit. I know it's hard because there ain't really nothing else to get into the streets but that foolishness. But to me, that's why I keep telling people the game is over. The street life is done, man. Done, man. You know what I mean? And, you know, they got to really start checking within themselves. Like, okay, why should I do this? Why should I do that? For what? For what, man? For what, bro?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's deeper than what we see. It's something behind all this madness that you got to respect. And then once we get to the bottom line of that, then we can really, you know, maybe these kids will wave a white flag like, yo, man, we being set up and shit. Stop the killing us, and we surrender. We know who y'all are now. You feel me?
Yes. Definitely.
I mean, everybody, instead of having a blue and a red flag, they should have a white flag. We surrender. We know who's behind it all and shit, man. Fuck that, man. I ain't killing my brother. My step, my man, my sister, man. Nah, we ain't doing this no more. We got it now, man. See, once they see that, that's when they're going to say, uh-oh, Houston, we got a problem.
Crazy.
See, the truth starts within, man. Tell yourself the truth and stop lying to yourself. And then the truth will tell you the truth. We have to push back our flesh and bring forth our spirit, because that's where we at right now, man. We back in that spiritual realm. We the divine order. We back with that sun law. It's happening. But something is always trying to keep us in the flesh, because they know the flesh is out to kill the spirit. And the flesh can never be satisfied. That's why we always try to decorate it with nice clothes and this and that. The girl got you looking at their butts and all this bullshit, but all that shit will lead you straight to hell. So if you just stop, push back your flesh and stand, become one in your I am, and don't fall in love and stand in law with the Lord of the universe, you begin to see like, oh shit, motherfuckers is really out of their minds. Just pull yourself out of your body one day and see yourself in that huddle and see what y'all talking about. And if it don't make sense to the spirit, it should make sense to you.
Absolutely.
So these kids got to realize it's a setup. It's a setup. You know what I mean? Just like I named the movie Trap. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I'm just trying to show you something. To try to show the people, like, hit break, this ain't the way to go. This is a setup. This is a trap. We fell for the trap. Don't y'all fall for the trap. But the movie came out as paid in full. Then I'm watching, from my perspective, with Young Jeezy's video, Soul Survivor. He's acting like the character Ace in the video. Then he's still promoting that lifestyle in a way. Then he got Trap or Die on all these T-shirts out here with the snowman on the front. Like, fuck that, keep it going. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, what's this about? This shit. So the average person don't know that I wrote Trap and it was paid in full, but I can see, like, wow, why are they doing this, man? You know what I mean? If you can feel where I'm coming from.
Nah, I get it.
So it's some powers that be out here that want you to keep going astray, man. Why? Because they ain't nowhere else to put you at but in prison.
That's real.
So, Aaron, did you have a clip or something you was trying to play so we could get into that portion of the subject? What do you? We would like to get into something else, a lesson that was learned, in that period of time, and see, what that lesson was.
Oh yeah, I definitely got a little clip.
When I was 16, 17, 18 years old, man, I feel like I played a major role in the narcotic world, selling drugs. I got shot in the head twice. I got shot here, in the neck, and if you can see the scar in my head, they cut me from here to here to take the bullets out. You understand? So, I seen God, and I seen, like, when God said enough is enough.
Yes, we'd like to, take a brief walk back. I think that's what he was saying when he talked about, seeing God and knowing God and becoming one, within himself from that situation. Do you mind talking about that a little bit, AZ? Is he still on, Aaron?
Yeah, he's on.
We can't hear him.
He's definitely.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Yeah, hold on one second. Yeah, you said you want to discuss about the situation?
Just briefly how you got to that moment. You talk about that day and, the events around it that got you to this clarity that had you actually sit down and listen to, the voice of God within you that helped you change. Like, what was that process?
Yeah, it was deep, man, but it was real. A lot of lives was lost to get to that process. But that night I got shot, August 20th, 1987. To watch someone put the gun on your forehead, and you watch them pull the trigger, and it seemed like in that moment, only thing I heard was the sound of the gunshot. Oh, I ain't feel no pain, no nothing. But my spirit left my body and went up into this bright light. I was afraid in which I was going. But when I got into the light, of love and the peace came over me that I knew it was the presence of God. And in my deepest thoughts, I said, God, please, I don't want to die. And it seemed like I came back down to my body, which was shot up 9 times, twice in the head, on the bathroom floor, and I got up and walked into a bedroom where they had everybody else shot up. It was like 5 people with me that got shot that night. You understand? And everybody was left for dead. And it seemed like I jumped in the bed because I felt guilty, because I felt all these people lost their lives because they came to rob me, and they were there. You understand? I felt guilty. I said, damn, man, I just want to die. Because how am I going to be able to explain this to anybody? You know what I mean? So I laid in the bed. I laid in the bed and put the covers over me, hoping that I could go to sleep and wake up dead. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, I wake up, I'm in the hospital. Doctors, all these type of people over me, you know, trying to save my life and shit. And one thing led to the next. They did the operation, whatever. I was under anesthesia, and once I came out of the anesthesia, when I woke up, it was the room number. That was like the first thing that came to my mind, the room number on the hospital door. The room number was 126. That's the first thing I seen that came into focus. And I said to myself, damn, I want to know what this 126 means. So when I got out the hospital, you know, the first thing you want to know, damn, I know I went somewhere. I want to know. I want to see God. I started picking up the Bible because you automatically go to the Bible and search for God. I went to Luke. I went to 126 Genesis in the Bible, and it said, "Let us make man." In the image of God. I was like, wow, okay. But then I went to Luke 126. Luke 126 is when the angel Gabriel came to Mary on the 6th month in the 21st day and told her she was having the Son of God. So I said, damn, 621 is also 126 when you turn it around.
That's true.
But 621 is the first day of summer. I said, wow. I know I went to the sun. And I know the sun is God. Then it made me start analyzing the Bible, like saying, the Bible is a book that someone wrote to create a man out of the sun. I don't even want to go there.
They might not be ready.
You know, right. Listen. So I just begin to respect that truth. But to make a long story short, it made me start looking at things and viewing things to the point of 126 is AZ in letters just as well as in numbers. So after I got shot, how in the hell did I come back to that room, 126? That was like God knowing exactly where I was at and letting me know where I was at, because this 126 been in my life ever since. For example, after I finished writing the movie Trap, I went to see Dame Dash. They had an office. Rockefeller had an office on John Street, and their suite was 126. You understand?
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, okay, I'm in the right place. Now we know that Jay-Z is the voice of Rockefeller. Now the J is the 10th letter, and the Z is the 26th letter. That's 126 again. I'm like, hold on, this is too deep, bro. This is real. So it makes me go further. Now one day when President Obama, when I'm looking at TV one day, President Obama, when he became president, when he was when they shook the dude hand after they did the Bible, and when he first took presidency, the time in the corner was 12. The time in the corner was 12:06. I said, wow, 1:26 again. You feel me? So when I look at it, it's like a message within the 126 that I respect more so than any voice that I ever heard, because I know that's the hand of God trying to prove to all of us who we are, where we are in time.
Absolutely.
And, this is what God told me to do when I asked him in my deepest thoughts one day. I said, God, please, too much 126 is blowing my mind. My daughter, my first daughter, her name is Azie Faison. The L is the 12th letter, the S is the 6th letter. Her mother, Pat Porter, her birthday is 6/12. It was just so much stuff like this start cling, 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 cling. I'm like, hold on, man. What the fuck is going on? So I asked God, I said, God, please share with me with this 126 man. So my mind began to, my spirit began to say, 360 times the age you would be when the year 2000 comes in. I'm going to tell you exactly how old you are according to God's time. So I said, why 360? He said 360 completes the circle, not 365. 365 keeps you off balance from divine order. It should be 30 days in each month. If it was 30 days in each month, it would be 360. It would be a completion, because that's what completes the circle. All right? I'm like, okay. So I do the multiplication, 360 times 35. That's how old I was when the year 2000 arrived, and it came out to be 12,600. That's how many days on the earth that I lived to that day. I was 12,600 days old when the year 2000 came in, and that's 126 again.
And it's funny that you mentioned that because in the book you talk about in 1987, after you were shot and you went through all of these things, you actually sold all of the property that you had. You sold everything you had left when you left the drug game.
Yes.
Was that part of your cleansing?
Yes. God was basically removing it slowly but surely, because he wanted to give me things from his hands, because all that stuff I received from Satan. You know what I mean? And I felt it. For example, one time, you get that moment that come back like, damn, man, fuck that, man. And I wanted this Benz. It was a new Benz that just came out, black Benz. I said, damn, that shit is mean. I got to have it. I ain't burn no bridges in the game, so I call my man like, dog, man, give me one of the things, man. I need to do something real quick. So I get the joint, fix it up, get rid of it super fast. I go buy the Benz. I bought the Benz on a Monday and picked it up that Tuesday. So now I'm going home. I'm driving home. Living in Long Island at the time. Driving home on the highway about 1 in the morning. And it seemed like it started raining out of nowhere and shit. And the voice came in my head, I told you no more. I try to turn up the music and shit to drown out the voice. Start singing. I'm getting scared because it's dark on the highway. It's like I'm the only one on the highway, fucking pouring down rain. And the voice got loud. I told you no more. When I look through the rearview mirror, I see a big tractor trailer on the highway, and no trucks belong on this highway. Hit the back of the car, boom, the car spins. I hit a wall, bang, airbag hit me in the face, bang. I get out in the daze, like, oh, shit. This lady pull up, right? The little car, she said, mister, are you okay? I said, yo, I'm all right. I don't even want to, I'm leaving. I want to leave the scene because I don't want police to come and they find, the car. Back then you could, we get the money to get the car. I didn't want to be involved with none of that shit. So I jumped in the car. I said, ma'am, I live like 2 exits down. Could you just take me? She's like, all right, no problem. I think I passed out in the car, but she pulled right up in front of the crib in front of my house and shit. How did that happen? I do not know. So she was like, "You here?" I got out. Thank you. Went upstairs. My crib, laid on the couch, and fell out. Woke up that afternoon about 12. I was like, "Damn, man, I had a fogged out dream that I crashed my joint, man." Went downstairs, no car. Got on the phone. They said, "Your car's over here." I went to go see the car. I'm like, "Damn, how the fuck did I make it out of that joint alive?" And when I took a cab back from that place there, that voice came in my mind. And listen to me, and I've been paying attention to that voice ever since. I know that was God, and I know that was some type of angel that drove me to my house. Man. How that woman know where I lived at? And a lot of incidents been happening to me like that ever since. For example, a friend of mine, I ain't gonna say his name, but this is my man. He was locked up, and he came home. It was like he was locked up for like 5 years, but he came home in 2009. When he came home, when he was in prison, he said he had ran into one of the cats that shot me. One of the cats. He said the dude wanted to holler at him, and he said, "Yo," he wanted him to tell me something when he come home. He said, "Was no beef, none of that." He said, "Yo, man, tell your man God is with him." Because the night that we shot him, we figured we didn't finish him. We wanted to go back inside the apartment and release all these, these bullets up in him and shit. But when we went to turn around to go back in the apartment, something closed the door, and they couldn't get back inside. And we know that was God. So tell your man, God is with him. Now, my man told me this, right? The night he came to see me, he told me this. I'm like, wow, that's real, man. I respect it, but I know God was with me, man. But that just confirmed it. And that night he told me my phone had died. My phone had died in that moment when he told me. When I went home and charged my phone, this was in 2009, when I looked at the date and the time, that date it was August 20th, 2009. I'm like, wow, this is the same fucking day I got shot, man, in 87. So I know God is real, sis. And I know I was chosen to be the one to tell this story to the masses, whether they like it or not. You're listening to some truth. Whoever ears is falling on. Let those that can see and let those that can hear. This is real. And I'm telling everybody that's listening, the central sun, the sun that shines in the sky every day is God. Everything else is a lie. There's only one truth and so many lies. And the sun feeds all. And all source of life is powered by one single source, either in the land or in the sea. The fish that feeds all is the central sun. And to me, that's God. That's God. Man. But society has turned their back on God by making a new day begin at midnight when it's clear as day that a new day begins when sunrise. So that's how they chop you in half from being holy, from being one with God. They got us going backwards, living in the night when we're supposed to be living one with the light. It's deep. It's deep, but it's real.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Ain't that right?
It's real.
Yes. I wanted to ask you, what made you want to do the call the documentary, The Rich Porter Story, as opposed to using your own name? I mean, your name is just as powerful, if not more.
I wanted to, after the Rich Porter story, because I want to show you what made me get in the game and how it happened. We're not just coming from this Rich Porter. We started within the 70s. We go into, how our generation, which was the 80s, fell in love with the game. Then what happened to Rich with me and his little brother, and leave up out of there with a message, resurrection, wake up, shorty, let's go. But then that's going to lead you into the next documentary I want to do, which we call Rabboni, 126, the AZ Faison story, the Son is God. Feel me? And I'm gonna prove to people and show people all the divine evidence that, some stuff that's unquestionable, like there's no way about it, like this is real. You know what I mean? And God is trying to get all of our attention, but the way we look at things is not how we're supposed to look at things. It's time for us to look at things from a whole nother perspective, man. Because this mindset that we're in is over. It's over. And if we keep thinking this way, we as good as dead. We have to repent and renew the thoughts and renew the way our children think, because the children are the future. And if we don't put their mind back on the right way of thinking, we basically, ain't doing what we're supposed to do. Like it's not about money no more. It's not about money no more. I always say to myself, on money it says in God we trust, but I can't respect that because I know these people don't believe in God. You understand?
Yeah,
so on money and gold, it means to me in gold, oil, and diamonds they drop.
Yeah. Yeah, see, it's saying God we trust on the back. In the front, it gives you the true instruction when it says this note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. It opens all doors. If you got this note, it's a debt. You pay it right there, so you got to be paying attention to the front. The back is.
But all that stuff to me is a deception, because in heaven there ain't a dime. Ain't a dime. Home is not an apartment, continent, or country. Home is the right state of mind. Become one in your I am. And if we were all taught to be one in our I am, the kingdom of heaven would be at hand. Because you cannot lead. If you think about it, you can't lead nobody to the promised land until they led to the promised mind that will manifest the promised land. It's impossible. It's impossible.
Yes, indeed.
That's powerful.
Yes, indeed. Now, look, with this movie, I want to ask, is there going to be any references, or is there going to be any character images for the Alpo?
And which movie are you talking about?
The Rich
documentary?
Yes.
We're going to touch on, we're going to touch on that, but I don't want to touch on it too much because I'm not trying to point a finger at Alpo, because we all fell for the trap. You feel me? And we played the game, and we made decisions from the game point of view. But I'm just trying to touch on the things that, okay, we did this, but what if you'd have did this?
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We already know. We can't keep pointing the finger like one person is wrong. We was all wrong. Everybody was wrong. The cop that was involved was wrong. The whole decision of it was wrong. The more you learn, you know what I mean? You can learn from the who else story? Larry Davis story, how the cops was involved. You can learn from Rick Ross how the government was involved. So at the time, we were all wrong. We were all wrong, man. And if we don't admit that, we're living in a lie and shit. We're living in a lie, and we just continue to teach the lie, and we have to repent, because the lie could never kill the truth. It can only smother the truth. You feel me? And if we keep living this way, we're not living under a government. We're living under a smotherment. And we have to come up out of this, man, and get back with the truth and be like, yo, come on, man. Come on, man. We ain't even getting no air in this. We ain't breathing no more. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy, man. And it's deep, man. It's deep. If you look at the rap game, look how rap is today. You got this, what are you talking about, rap? But then you got these cats battling for money in the battle raps. It's like if the real rap world is in a cave while this sucker Sesame Street shit is in prime time. You've been ushered into a place. Y'all stay right here. That's where y'all belong. While these people are flossing and having a good time, it's like the fucking movie The Hunger Games and shit.
Yes.
Now, if you peep the Hunger Games, come on now. If you peep the Hunger Games, who was giving the orders in the Hunger Games? The President Snow. Right? Now, in this world, we are living under the law called justice, which spells just right. So this is benefiting one people, and that's racism on the highest degree, because I believe just ice is the opposite of Jesus, just us. These are the people of the night, the people of the cold versus the people of the sun, the people of God. And if you don't abide by the just ice, they send the police after you, spells polite. And if you're running from the police, the first thing they say is freeze. So if you join the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, the higher police force, they say you join the service, but spell serve ice. Is this a coincidence, or is this some type of word magic playing on the minds of us, because they know we have the promised mind, and as we think things become, so we say no justice, no peace, we keep in what is first, that's supposed to be last, first, and we're making what's first last. It's deep, man. I don't want to get in no trouble on this radio station, man, because y'all.
Nah, you ain't gonna get in no trouble.
To God be the glory, man. We gotta come up out of all this stuff. For example, all these snow and cold, these cold names, you can see it in everything, man. Look at the dude that posted. Look at the dude that posted had told Russia that America was spying on him and shit. What's his name? Ed Snowden.
Ed Snowden.
You feel me? President Snow, Ed Snowden. What the fuck is going on, man? What's going on with it? I'm not trying to bark or explain nothing. Like when I watch TV and shit, I can't watch TV like the average person. The mindset I'm in. I'm on TV. I watch TV. I see the people from our generation who still got jobs, who still in the limelight. You got Ice-T. You got LL Cool J. Right? Ice-T, LL Cool J, and what's the other one? Ice Cube.
Right.
It's like they got those names of the cold and shit. I'm like, wow, is niggas peeping this or am I bugging?
Wow.
In the movie Blade name is the Daywalker. He's fighting Frost. It's in everything. If you peep it from that point of view, the question becomes why. So to me, this is racism within the thought process, within the spiritual realm. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness in high places. So by us turning our back on the sun, we think that is hot in hell. To me, the truth is it's cold in hell, because if you're being held, that means you're being frozen in time in the wrong state of mind.
Yeah.
Wow. Son is God.
Yes.
Son is God.
Yes.
And I am. You take off the I off the AM, you got AM. That's morning time. The sun, man. The sun is God.
He said it's morning time. That's right. That's right.
For real.
That's right. That's right.
You know what
Go ahead,
I mean?
Aaron.
People just got to remove all the lies with them and look at it for what it's worth, and then you'll be able to see. I was breaking it down to my man how Santa Claus, right, Christmas and all that, all right, cool. But they put up the big Christmas tree right in front of Rockefeller Center. To me, that's the death of Christ. Christmas means the death of Christ. Death of Christ. And they put up this big Christmas tree right in front of Rockefeller Center. They come out there and have a wonderful time, right where the children ice skate under. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Then 6 days after that, they bring you down to Times Square. It's time to swear to this round ball that comes down at midnight, which is the opposite of the sun because the similarity of the moon. Be out there in the freezing cold or New Year's Eve. It was Eve that told the atoms to eat of the apple. Where they do the ceremony at in New York City, it's called the Big Apple. You feel me?
Yeah.
And they do it in Manhattan. So if you can see that word Manhattan, it's like the man with the big hat on holding the apple for the world to eat up. And that's saying. Because when you eat from, you feel me? You feel me, man? And it's like Saint Nick, Santa Claus. If you, man, listen, man. Saint Nick is like, listen, come on, help me out. Saint Nick is like saying, Nick, that word Nick plays a major role too, because the number one TV show for children is Nickelodeon. And the world most famous arena where the New York Knicks play, Madison Square Garden. If you break down the word Madison, it's spelled like Mad Sun Garden and shit. Who was the Mad Sun? The Mad Sun was the devil, man.
Yeah, it's serious. It's all relevant. It's definitely all relevant.
Hypnosis on the mind, man, to keep you in the cage of ignorance and thought, man. Because as you think, you become. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So if we don't think out the box and start to unlearn what we was taught in this darkness, man, we just...
Now, how often do you run into people in this day and time? Because I hear how you speaking now, definitely. Like, how often do you run into people who you may have not seen in a while, and they really still think that you're some street guy, some
every single day. Every single day. When I wake up in the morning, it's around me. But I'm wise enough to realize, all right, let me go downstairs so a motherfucker don't think I'm crazy and hang out with them in their mind. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? Who won the game? Oh, that boy LeBron is great. He's the best. But in my mind, them niggas is cheating for that nigga because they trying to usher in the new world order through this dude. You know, but I have to go along with the program. So motherfucker don't think I'm nuts, so I could get me a sandwich to eat before they don't feed me down here.
He ain't lying.
Yeah, I'm just having fun though. God is good.
We with you. We right here with you.
You definitely
go ahead,
blessed. You really speaking some real truths tonight, and you know it's just been awesome even having you on here. I always speak about transition. You totally living proof. You know what I mean? Like you like the
real,
before
man.
and after story. Like
God
that's
is
crazy.
real, my
you
brother.
really don't get that.
God is real, my brother. God is real, and I speak to him. He wakes me up around 4 o'clock every morning, and we have some of the most beautiful, realest conversations, man. That's when all the minds are asleep, majority, and none of those brain cells is going against the frequency, because now I can rise above it and be one with the Lord and understand and hope that I could help bring people back to seeing it from the direction where we're supposed to see it. Like for example, the other day, my man invited me down to his church. He was in a play. It was a good play. I think, what's the name of the play? Choices was the name of the play. And they had it at the big church on Times Square. Good play. Got me in there. I'm watching the play. But in my mind, I'm in there like, damn, man, I wish I could get on this stage and just tell them how I think. I think I could help these people see past what they're seeing. Because I really believe that it's time. Because for me to think this way and it's connected a lot of dots, it got to be time. You feel me? So I was saying, if I was to get on this stage, what would I do? How would I do it? I'm in there like this instead of watching the play. I'm in there in my own thought, rehearsing. You know what I mean? So the place was packed, upstairs, downstairs. I said, what would I do? I wouldn't want to preach. I would want to teach and prove to people that this is real. I said the first thing I would do, I would maybe have a big thing in the back of me covered up, and I would say to people, I have Jesus right here behind me in this cover. And everyone's going to meet Jesus tonight. I know they'd be like, yeah, whatever, going through it. I said, but the first thing I need y'all to do, I would need the women to sit on the left and all the men to sit on the right, because that's what God made, man and woman. I don't know about that other stuff, but that's what God made, man and woman. So I would have the older people, the older women to sit in the front, and we're going to sit in age order so we can put the respect of elders back in order. Mm-hmm. Men do the same on the left. Right? Mm-hmm. Then I would say to them, I would talk about the sun and, all the stuff we were just building on about who's God, where is God. And I know I'll be able to push back their flesh and bring forth their spirit just by talking. And everything I would be saying would be ringing true to them. And then at the end, I would say to them, amongst y'all, who do y'all feel is worthy of representing the female? They might choose the girl that got this and that, this and that. The men might feel the same way. So I would ask them for that dude to come up on stage and the woman to come up on stage. And I would ask them to, take off those clothes and put on this white linen and these nice sandals and shit. And I would ask everybody in the audience to do the same thing before we meet Jesus. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm going to show you who Jesus is tonight. And, I'm really inspirited in this, and had to play going through this in my mind. And it was beautiful because I think that was God showing me something. So they would do it. They did it. And now they ready to meet Jesus. I tell them, okay, I'm going to remove the sheet off of this Jesus. And you're about to meet Jesus tonight. And when I remove it, it would just be a big mirror. A big mirror. Mm-hmm. We are all the children of God, man. Mm. Now we all dressed in white. We got these sandals on. This is who we are. Once we are one, all that stuff that we took off, the Gucci watch, the bags, the this, the money we done put over there in that corner, is what got us separated from being the child of God, man.
Mm. Oh, that's powerful.
Now y'all get out of here and don't come back in here giving these people your money.
The people putting on that label that they're pissed off.
Listen, man. To God be the glory, man. It's time to wake up everybody, man. Cut the shit, man. I don't care if you in the Taliban or if you're an American soldier or a Korean soldier, man. Cut the shit, man. It's enough killing, man. Drop your weapons and say, no, man, I'm not listening to y'all no more. I'm not taking orders from the sergeant or the government. I'm taking orders from God, man. I'm not killing nobody no more. This is stupidity.
Yes, indeed, it is. It is, and you definitely live in proof, and we definitely glad that you came out to share with us tonight. And
definitely,
we're gonna you gotta be keeping us abreast of exactly when the movie gonna be dropping. Because I had
the documentary coming out 6/21. It's a couple of days from now. I'm trying my best to meet that date, but
that 126 again. I got you.
Yeah, that's exactly 6/21. And, that's
because I had seen an Easter date before, but
Easter got pushed back because we wasn't ready, but I'm trying my best.
I'm definitely gonna be checking for it, and you gotta let us know when it drops so we could be pushing it and promoting it so other people get onto it. You know what I mean? Because we definitely want to get the message out there, because I know you coming with a message.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
And let me say this. When Donnell had lost his life, 2 days after Donnell's funeral, on the block, what we call Location 132, was we all used to hang out at. A big rainbow came on that block, man. 3 days after his funeral, big rainbow. And Alex, Alex, the picture man, he took a picture of this and we put it in the documentary Game Over at the end.
Yeah,
that's the realest. That's the realest of the whole story, man. If a person really wanted to get into, really understand that this wasn't by the hand of whoever killed Donnell, but this was by the hand of God for all of us to see. In the Mecca of all hoods, Harlem, that this story and this way of life must come to an end.
Absolutely.
Now, anything after that date, you know what I mean? People jumped in our costumes acting like us and trying to be like us. They're out of their minds. They're out of their minds. And all I'm trying to do is bring you back to that moment in time, X marks the spot, so that you can say, you know what? AZ really do love us, man. Because he's trying to bring us back to truth. It ain't no hating in that, man. I don't want nothing you have to offer, my brother. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I'm good.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence.
Yes. And your spirit.
I'm gonna be watching for the joint. You know what I mean? Because I'm definitely gonna get it. And I know a lot of other people that I know they're definitely going to get it. They're going to be interested. But outside of that, like, I want to just help push it. You know what I mean?
Just so my brother.
So when you drop it, I want to make sure that it get out there because, I know it's going to be a powerful message. And, you the face. The packaging going to sell itself. You're going to kill them.
Yes, my brother.
Definitely want to get the message out there.
Yes. God bless, man. I had a wonderful night with y'all, man. Y'all made me exercise my mind and spirit, and I hope all that's listening, man, can realize game is over. The Son is God, and he's checking his list, and he's checking it twice. And he's trying to find out who's naughty at night. I mean, fuck that other guy with that bullshit. You understand? And home, like I said, home is not apartment, a continent, or nothing. We over here bugging out trying to pay rent for an apartment, and we forgot about our continent. So it's that deep. But like I said, home is the right state of mind, and the last one home is a rotten egg. Wake up, my brothers.
Accept my friend request, brother. Peace.
God bless you.
All right. Have a good one.
God bless you.
That was powerful. That was a powerful interview. I think we all learned a lot. It was, a deep, heavy conversation and learning and growing and healing. A man of his character, and his past life to, come out and share wholeheartedly, what he saw and what he knew. And I'm glad that we were here to be able to deliver the interview to our callers and our listeners. Thank you for listening.
Yes.
We were happy to let him just come on and have that open dialogue and tell his story, his way.
Exactly. And it was powerful.
It was.
Definitely powerful.
Yep, but we are definitely out of time. We will see them again on Saturday. We have Keisha Irving. Make sure you tune in for Keisha Irving on Saturday, same time, same place. Aaron, go ahead and drop that beat. Paid in full. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, people.
Yo, Rakim, what's up? Yo, I'm doing the knowledge, E, man. I'm trying to get paid in full. Well, check this out. Since Norby Walters is our agency, right? True. Carol Lewis is our agent. Word up. Zakia and 4th and Broadway is our record company. Indeed. Okay, so who we rolling with then? We rolling with Rush, Rush Town Management. So check this out. Since we talking over